Now then, on to our next guest. We've got so many guests in today.
We have, yes.
We have. Now then, on the line. We are. We're joined by Frances Powell from the Ilkley Healing Centre. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Now then, you're on the line to talk to us about the centre and all the opportunities that are available.
Yes. Well, I'm a reflexologist myself, and I also teach Tai Chi and Qigong. I work at Ilkley Healing Centre alongside many other therapists. We have a homeopath, acupuncturist, massage, Alexander technique. There's a whole host of therapists there. We're actually hosting an open day on the Saturday, the 26th of March, for people to come along and see what's available to have a chat, because there's a lot of people out there who haven't a clue what these complementary and alternative therapies are, what's on offer, what they can do for them. So we're having an open day so people can come along and have a chat with us. We've got free sessions in reflexology, Tai Chi, yoga, acupuncture, homeopathy. We've got all sorts of talks going on. So, yeah, I wanted to come on air actually and tell everyone about it so they can come along and give it a go, ask questions.
Brilliant. Well, you can tell us now exactly where and when this event is, and give us all the contact details.
Lovely. Well, it's on Saturday, the 26th of March, and we're running it from 10:30 until 3:30. It's number 8 Nelson Road, which is behind the auction centre. The postcode is LS298HN, but there is a website, so if people want to Google the Ilkley Healing Centre, they can find out a lot more about the centre, where it is exactly. They'll find a map on there.
Okay, and now, as you said, that some people aren't aware of reflexology, and is it Qigong?
Tai Chi. I teach Tai Chi, Qigong, yeah.
Qigong, yeah. Do you want to give us a little bit of a brief overview of those two?
Yeah, sure, I'd love to. Reflexology is, well, I work mostly on the feet, but sometimes on the hands. The whole body is represented in the feet and in the hands. So as I'm working on a session on somebody, it's usually about 45 minutes, I'll do like 10 minutes relaxation, and I'm just working on the feet. So the client comes in, takes the shoes and socks off, sits down on it. It works a bit like a dentist chair. It's a lightweight chair that sort of, the head goes back, the feet come up. So they're fully clothed, nice blanket, very comfortable. And I work on just the bare feet. The initial work for 10 minutes is relaxation, so the person usually feels really quite, well, they just go deeply into relaxation. They're very sleepy. Some people go to sleep. And then I'll work the next 40 to 50 minutes specifically on the areas of the feet that go from the head right down to the toes on the body, just working on the feet. And that's helped people find a lot more balance in their body. If they've got aches and pains, it can help with that. I've helped women who've got problems with fertility, the periods, all sorts of hormonal balancing, heart problems, blood pressure. It helps alleviate these problems mostly by reducing the stress considerably and allowing sort of more energy to flow through the body and bring in its own healing. The Tai Chi and Qigong, I work in weekly classes and workshops around Skipton, Yorkshire, North and West Yorkshire. The Tai Chi is very gentle exercises. We look at balancing emotions, helping people get find a real stillness and peace inside as they do these gentle movements. And a lot of people have found it really enhances their whole life. People have found physical benefits. They don't get the same aches and pains. They found strength. I've had people with vertigo. It's really relieved their symptoms, and for the first time they can go out into towns, which they couldn't do before, for example. It's helped with blood pressure. Again, all sorts of ailments can be helped through this Tai Chi Qigong. Qigong is slightly different from the Tai Chi. The Qigong, you bring the energy in from the outside It can sound a bit hippie, this, but it's wonderful stuff. You bring the energy up from the earth or down from the sky, and it really helps you to feel much more energized, but extraordinarily more relaxed at the same time. It's so beneficial.
And I mean, many of these techniques and practices come from the Far East, really, don't they?
They do. Exactly. This particular form of Tai Chi Qigong I teach, it's called Rainbow Tai Chi. Was taught to me directly by Peter Chin Kien Choi, who's Chinese-Malaysian. He came from Kuala Lumpur originally, and he set up in the UK about 30 years ago and has a school, well-established school down in Devon, where I was training for 6 years. And yes, it's based on the Taoist principles, which the Taoists used to just go out and watch nature, and basically, some of the exercise we do, we root ourselves down like a tree. But working on people's emotions, I do a lot of one-to-one work, personal development, but with people who have, maybe traumas they have to get over. We just remind them to root themselves down and come back down into themselves. I know that sounds a bit strange, but one of the exercises I teach, they simply put the hand on the heart and on the belly center, and that in itself is a gentle exercise. It reminds people to just hold themselves gently and just gently let go of the thoughts. Thoughts can be so draining. We have dilemmas that go round and round and round. And if we can learn to meditate and just quieten the mind with simple exercises, we begin to get a lot more creative ideas coming through. So it has many different levels, this practice. It can help people, emotional problems, mental, physical. It's wonderful stuff.
It's all incredibly therapeutic.
It is. It's completely changed my life personally, and the students I work with sometimes on a one-to-one basis. They come to see me for an hour, or in my weekly classes or monthly classes. They've had major life-changing results from this Tai Chi. They've managed to find solutions to real-life problems through learning how to quieten the mind and really focus on the deep issue and bring it into balance. And it's remarkable. People have been promoted at work. They've found new partners. They've just recovered from all sorts of traumas that have held them inside the house for years. It's amazing stuff, and I'm very grateful to my teacher, Master Choi, for having passed this on to me.
Yeah, obviously, it sounds like it certainly had an effect on you here. I'm just reading here that it says your training that you received encouraged you to help you explore being a potential singer and songwriter too.
Yes. Yeah, well, when I first started training, I never thought I could sing. I'd sing in the shower like a lot of people in the bath. But Master Choi, as part of his training, and what I teach as well, is to encourage people to sort of look at things that have stopped us. We can have voices in our heads saying, well, you can't do that, It might be something that somebody said to you when you were a child, but for whatever reason, we put in boundaries and obstacles in our life, and it stops us from really feeling absolutely liberated. I know for a lot of people, they feel, oh, if only, and if only I could shout out, if only I could have a go. And this Tai Chi kind of helps to release those the boundaries that we have and encourage us to find a new self-confidence. So for me, I was encouraged to initially write a song, but the private, just for me, write a song that said, "Thank you, Frances." And I thought, oh my God, I can't possibly do this. But that was my homework as part of my training. And so in the kitchen, along with a little drum and a rattle and the cat and the fridge, I wrote this little song which I sang and sent in for my homework. And when I got back to the school the following week for the training weekend, Master Choi actually put this on and everyone heard it. And they quite liked the little rhythm that went on, as embarrassing as it was for me to be singing about myself. So my project that year was to write a CD of songs, and that that was kind of startling for me and quite a shocking project to have. But by the end of the year, I'd actually found someone who recorded this for me, a chap in Ilkley actually, Rod Holt. He's a wonderful sound engineer, and he's a friend of mine, so he did it for me. And I produced this little CD which people at the school bought, and from then I've done 2 or 3 CDs which I've sold to friends and family basically. But now I go out and enjoy meeting up with friends around Ilkley, Coling, Keighley, all around the area. We meet up different days of the week and sing in pubs and things. We do folk evenings and open mics. So it's really brought into my life a completely new perspective that I would have never had before.
Okay, well, thanks very much for talking to us. And once again, the event is on the 26th of March. 26th
of March at Ilkley Healing Centre. Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, and a free cup of tea, probably herbal, it says.
Yes, that's right. And we're hoping to make some homemade cakes as well.
Okay.
Lovely.
Well, thanks very much for talking to us.
Thanks very much. Bye.
Bye-bye.